system, and it comes up through the pineal gland. But another thing also too, when you have a deep sleep, this melanin really comes online when you get a real deep sleep. So what the government does is, the government makes sure you got the career. And you got to get up because you got to go 20 miles to damn work. You see what I'm saying? And you don't get the good sleep that you need to get. So the key is, it's not necessarily based on sleeping a long time, because you know sometimes when you sleep a long time, you still be sleepy. Because what happens is this here too. You be in these bright lights and shit. You really want to see, you got to put something black up to the window. You wake up several times a day when you sleep in the night. That's because of this artificial light shit, especially in the urban areas. So the ancients, if they didn't have a ritual to do and it got dark, they went to sleep because they know that they could go to the dream world. Now, because that's all melanin is. It's pockets of dream world. It's not but memory banks, and it's just everything that basically that is. Don't want to do that now. Okay, go ahead. So, okay, now, I guess all the people who so-called gonna challenge us, so see, they thought this was an old history lecture. So that shit ain't about no history. You know what I'm saying? You talking about demons and dark side and shit the nigga don't know about. Hell, he said, well, ain't no sense in me sticking around. I don't know about that shit. I can't argue on that. And I don't want them starts working and you can heal yourself overnight. And when you really get it to going, you feel a burning sensation. I get hurt right now and it'll go and get a burning sensation. That's why I tell you, anybody, a real holy man, don't get sick. So if you got prostate cancer and shit, you're doing something wrong. Because a real holy man don't get sick. Right, don't get sick. You see what I'm saying? And all. Now, so this particular sleep, now let me tell you what happens also too. I drank 3 gallons of water a day from Sunday to Wednesday back in '95. On Wednesday night, I started smelling my house in South Carolina from 1978. I said, now wait a minute, hold on now. How can you remember a smell? Then I started hearing some stuff. Then I started hearing my cousins talking and stuff. And I remember they had came down to visit in '78 because I was taking my older brother to go off to school, and it was a big event. And I remember, and I looked and I told my mate Ginger, I said, damn, guess what? I'm back in 1978. I literally time traveled because the melanin is nothing but genetic memory bank, but it's not just memory, it is actually time itself. Because the form of the melanin is called collars, and that means digits of time. And so you can actually time travel. You can actually time travel. And now I can do it at will just by thinking about it long enough. I can go back to places and stuff like that. So this is stuff, we're talking about mysteries that has been kept for years. Now, it's been kept for years. Now, let me finish this stuff off. So anyway, this dark cloud is out there. These babies, they call them the babies, these voodoo energies, and I tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to leave these behind, and you can get them Xeroxed. He's going to Xerox them, and it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's 6 of them, and you know, you all can come by the store and pick them up. You want to put these babies, and it has a list of the gods and more on it, and you can put an invocation to these things. Now let me explain this to you. You can find all these particular books and stuff on magic and all that, but those books on magic, a lot of that stuff don't work because it's only magic theory. See, what happens is this, although it was our ancient stuff, that sometimes the system deteriorated or degenerated, and when it deteriorated and degenerated, what happened was the people either stopped practicing it or the mistress was lost. These spirits that you invoke, they are nothing but ancestral energies and things with memories. But once a system is deteriorated, they have to go to another system that's still being practiced, because if they don't have their names called, they forget and they turn back into this dark matter. That's why you don't even Asians say you gotta build an altar for a dead person just to help them out. You see what I'm saying? So they turn back into matter. So they have to go to systems that work. This ain't got nothing to do with religion, because that shit there, praying and all that old crazy shit. This is talking about some power. So now, you have your Yoruba thing on the continent of Africa, but then you have your voodoo, which is different. Now let me explain something about this. The Yoruba is, although it is an older system, it's an old system. You got to understand one thing about it. The people in the Yoruba now is basically a religion. They have a divination system and they can read, and they have a healing thing. But those 7 major African deities, then you got the other 100 or whatever, or 1,000 or whatever, those were nothing but components inside of your body. The 7 major African deities, the 7 chakras. You see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 dots, those are the chakras. And the ancient priests understood that those...
Thanks for watching my live, man. Let me get a couple of thumbs up out there. If you like it, if you're listening, just give me a couple of thumbs up.
Deities used to be nothing but components in the human body. And you used to use those deities to raise yourself up to the levels until you get to the high Christ form, which is the head, Obatala, in Yoruba. After invasions and after thousands of years of degradation and degeneration, what happened was the priests either went up underground and died off, and the Babalawos that you have now, although they are great readers and diviners and healers, the stuff got separated from you raising yourself up spiritually as you being the damn Orishas, till you worshiping the Orishas. So it's nothing but an elaborate religion. Now, the voodoo is about 25 other different African religions put together. You see, put together. Now, the key with this is this. You won't find no more than 4 or 5 books on voodoo, they call it a voodoo, written at one time. Because the white boy knew that Toussaint L'Ouverture and Dessalines and them kicked Napoleon in the ass in Haiti, and that's how they took Haiti, by using this damn voodoo. You see? So they never forgot that. You see? The force was with them. Now,
let me get some thumbs up, man. Like the video, share it, like it.
The best one out that you can buy that's still out, because they got the Divine Horseman, they got the Voodoo in Haiti, but all those particular books are anthropology books, was written in the 1950s. Then you got this book here, Secrets of Voodoo by Milo Rigard. Milo, M-I-L-O, R-I-G-A-U-D. Which is probably the best one that you can buy for cheap, $14.95, because this guy grew up in Port-au-Prince, Haiti. Now there's another one called the Golden Gnostic Workbook that's out of print. That's going to cost you damn near $150 if you can get your hands on it, but it's out of print. It's the hardest thing to get. Golden Gnostic Workbook. But this one is the one I want you to get. This is called Secrets of Voodoo by Milo Rigard, because the other one is very technical and you got to be an occultist. R-I-G-A-U-D. Now, the only reason why we got a hold of this one, and you can get this one, is based on every now and then a glitch breakdown in the white man machine. This is put out by a damn City Lights book, San Francisco. Now, City Lights was a book company that was in the forefront of the homosexual movement. So they were already one of them clandestine book companies. So after the homosexuals gained their right, and they some of the most powerful people on the planet now, they still would print books that nobody else won't touch, based on their history. So City Lights Books puts out this Secrets of Voodoo. The other books won't have the babies, although you can get these babies. This one here has all the babies in it, and most of the other books won't give you. This one here got over 200 damn deities. And it's real good. This is one of the best ones you can get that's on the market. Now, why is it that they don't put out no more than a few books on that? Listen. They don't want you to tap up into that stuff and keep the Haitians out.
Listen.
Now, they had a campaign in the 1950s to put this stuff in movies and stuff to scare the shit out you when you hear the word voodoo. That's a form of mind control. Now, why is it that they want to scare the shit out you when you hear the word voodoo? Because they know that you won't go nowhere near it. See, black people ain't going to worship no devil now. Shit.
Hell no.
So the best thing to keep all the science is in Satanism. That's why I study this shit. Satanism ain't nothing but fucking Egyptian alchemy and Osiris mysteries. And your fucking ass has been kept from it because you thinking there's such thing as a damn devil. And Satanism is anything outside of the Christian canon. You see what I'm saying? You see. So it ain't nothing but stuff. The only thing that, if they want to keep something from you, just put it in Satanism. You know you a trained animal. You scared as shit. They train your ass to be scared in slavery. You ain't gonna, now, one thing about black people, you ain't even fuck with nothing with no Satan on it.
Yeah, no.
So that's the shit that hide everything from your ass. So my thing is, if Satan is the enemy to the white man, I'm running to Satan. See y'all later. If he tells me to go to Jesus and stay away from Satan, knowing this damn devil, I'm going to damn Satan. Because I know it's a trick. And you looking at one of the greatest scholars on Satanism there is. I thought about it one day. I said, well, damn, I'm going to study what this cracker tell me not to study. And come to find out, it wasn't nothing but the mystery system that they hide in shit called Satanism. And come to... So that word there don't scare the shit out of black person like S. Jason Black. Or you going to make a pact with the devil. It's still S. Jason Black. I got the book and I see Voodoo up in there, Yoruba up in there, Egypt up in there. Oh, so this is what you call in Satanism. S. Jason Black and Christopher Hyatt. Pacts with the Devils. It's still in print. I look in the book, they got down Yoruba, Voodoo, Egyptian. I said, damn, they got all the African shit up in here. Oh, so that's what Satanism is. And that's why your ass ain't got no power now, running around with Jesus. See, the white man already know. You come on TV and you go, oh, I am protected because I got God on my side. He say, go ahead and kill his ass. That's the one to kill. Because they know that nigga don't know shit about what he's talking about. Because that deity, what you call God, especially the German deity, a fucking German deity, he know that you don't know what the hell you talking about. And Jesus, Greek and Roman, they say you can go ahead and blow him in the damn head. He don't know. See what I'm saying? But I tell him I come straight from the damn dark side. Them motherfuckers say. He say we better leave him alone because there are devices in the body that will come online if he's threatened the wrong way. That's how you stay alive.
Like the video, like it cause you love it. Give me a thumbs up.
One man's God is another man's devil. So I said, no, you don't want to. That's why I opened up. I said, you don't want to fuck with me. Because I ain't. Everybody who ever lined up behind God is 6 feet under. You see what I'm saying? So this is the reality of it. You don't supposed to get you. He said, this is some crazy stuff. Knowledge is supposed to be crazy. You ever thought about it? If I gave you something that you already know, I'm taking your money. You don't supposed to be, yeah, no, it's supposed to be, and I didn't know that. That's what knowledge is. If you already know it, that's not knowledge. That becomes masturbation.
Oh, man.
You know? And it is always the things you fear. You have to challenge yourself to permeate your fears because you have been taught to fear shit. They put that Satan shit on you. See what I'm saying? And you all scared. And even one guy said it, he said, damn. He said, even in Christianity, he said, damn. What he said? He said, Satan got all kind of names, and you don't know hardly no names on God, just God. He said Satan got all kind of damn names up in there, so obviously that's the one to invoke. Now, this voodoo is a combination of about 25 different African deities. Now, there's another book out that just came out called Voodoo Quantum Leap by, what's this guy's name? Voodoo Quantum Leap. It just came out. And he's showing that all this quantum physics, dark matter, and all that shit that these white people talking about science, and they talking about their nuclear bombs and all this little old quantum physics. He said that shit is coming company with the doggone voodoo and stuff. So we just fighting with the wrong power. See, you can't doggone go and match wits with that devil because he's number one at being what he is. And you something else. So if you go and try to be like him, you're going to fall short. Because you can't fathom the depths of where he'll go. He'll say, oh, brother, you think you bad? And his mama will be sitting right there. He'll blow his mama brains out just to spite your ass. Blood jump on your face, you go crazy. But you ain't ready to go there. You see? You shit. You don't know about this piece. You know what I'm saying? You ain't ready to go there. So, you gotta go where he can't go. That's why he keeping you from the shit. Telling you it's evil. You mean to tell me this motherfucker is the object of all what has been bad to me? And he gonna got the gall to tell me something evil? I'm going to evil, because I know if he ain't never gave me nothing good, he couldn't give me no good religion. That don't make no fucking sense. You ain't never got nothing good from this cracker. And all of a sudden he gonna give you good religion? And see, this is the problem about our people. Our people, we don't understand. He still don't live on the planet in peace with nobody. Now, you say, well, he ain't like he used to be, but look, this is what the deal is. He don't have to be. He owns the planet now. See, it's always a master-slave relationship. You see what I'm saying? He can tell you now that, I respect you and you're real nice and spread a little money your way, but he know you don't own shit. Not a pot to piss in or a bed to...
Give me a thumb up out there if you liking it.
Throw it under, or a window to throw the motherfucker out of. He owns the planet. So he can appear to be humane because it's a master-slave relationship. If you own half of the planet, then he'll go, wait a minute. Now you're my enemy because I got to take the rest from you. See, I only kill you when you have half the stuff. And most of the stuff. So now he owns the planet. Now he can appear to be humane. So then you got thousands of niggas walking around saying all white people ain't bad. Hell, if they was damn, if they own the planet now, they don't have time to be as bad because they got to live on it in luxury. In the story, you don't have shit no more. You are a subject. You don't have to treat a dog like bad no more because you ain't in competition with the goddamn dog. Just feed him some shit, a few things, and give him some kibbles and bits. You ain't in competition. So you say he appears to be humane because you don't own shit no more. You don't know the game. It's master-slave relationship. Anytime you try to get something, then you got a problem. That's why you ain't got nothing to this day. He's still the damn devil. You see what I'm saying? Now, going back to this particular voodoo is made up of several other religions. The Nago people, the Igbos, the Congos, the Dahomies, the Senegalese, the Hausas, the Kapalis, the Mandagans, the Mandigos, the Angolese, the Libyans, the Ethiopians, the Egyptians, the Malagese, and the book Voodoo Quantum Leap by Reginald Crossley. Voodoo Quantum Leap is the new one. He even got even more added. So, this is how this shit is. It's like formulas. Whenever you mix these energies together, it creates a violent reaction. You mixing shit. They tell you don't mix shit. The Ghostbusters told you don't cross them streams. Reginald Crossley, Voodoo Quantum Leap. Crossley, don't ask me to spell, baby. You fuck up bad when you ask me to spell. You know, Reginald Crossley. You figure it out. But don't cross the streams, you have a violent reaction. So what the Haitians did, preserved all of those doggone different traditions, and they ended up crossing the streams. Now, what these voodoo energy is, these energies, each person that came across the middle passage, these souls came across the middle passage. In the Kabbalah, it talks about the end days when all the souls will be mixed together in the West, a great mixing bowl. So this stuff is violent reaction, and he knows it, and he don't want you to tap into it. Now, the key is this. The brothers and sisters that's left behind in Haiti now, they use the stuff for resistance, and they use the stuff for survival, spiritual, healing, different things like that. And if something goes wrong, they use it for resistance. We're not talking about resistance. Everybody's talking about survival. What I'm talking about is offense. We going on the offensive on the air. That means, see, we can't have time to just wait till he strikes. Because you know when he strikes, it take us 10 years to regroup. Make us 20 years, we still be fucked up behind some shit he did. Because we are reactionary people and not a proactive people. You see what I'm saying? But what about when he's cooling out? Then we strike. You see what I'm saying? So we talking about going on the damn offensive. So now, we're not talking about using this in the traditional way. What we're telling you is this stuff. The only thing you need is the deities and read the little book just to see to familiarize yourself with. And you know the greatest rituals you can make now is the ones you make up yourself. And do what you want to do. Now let me give out some rituals right now. Let me give out one for money. Quick money come Monday. All right. I'll put it on the tape for the people who don't have nothing. You go to a crossroads. You know the crossroads? That's any four corners on the street. 1, 2, 3, 4. And you take 16 pennies. 16 pennies. 16. You put 4 pennies on each corner. Put them face down. On each corner on a Monday. And you ask a leg bar. E-L-E-G-B-A. That's the one up here. E-L-E-G-B-A or L-E-G-B-A. Depends on voodoo, it's leg bar. Yoruba, it's a leg bar. Or it's Ishu. E-S-H-U. Same thing. A leg bar, Ishu. Or e-leg bar. Leg bar. So you ask a leg bar for financial assistance. Takes about 7 days, and it's funny how it works. It don't come on how you want it, but it always works itself out. Yeah, okay, yeah. Oh, that shot, yeah, man. I should do like the niggas in the 70s used to walk around with a towel. Remember that? Brother used to walk around on a damn towel. and an 8-track tape player, and an Afro pit, and some sweat socks with some damn rings around the shits, and some cut-off short pants. And you ask him for financial assistance, the leg bar, it will work. See, that's why they had to take them, that's why they had to get rid of them goddamn black lights. Them black lights would be tapping in the melanin now if you had them. So get you a black light if you can find them. They had to get rid of them. Black lights, a black light. You remember the black lights? And them strobe lights? They had to get rid of all that shit. It doesn't matter. It's Monday. And go to the pawn shop or go to the pawn shop or go to Radio Shack. Because Radio Shack will get you a turntable. They had to get rid of the albums. I got a pile of them. Every time I see one, I buy them. Now that they put back, they done brought back the albums and shit. Says, hi now, get your turntable. They found out that Negroes was healing themselves on the weekend when they had more time. Now let me tell you what it is. Plastic, when they make plastic, when they make them rubber tires, it's white. And they have to cook it down to its carbonated form, those black tires. If they died, it shit's gray looking after so much, They have to cook that stuff down to the black thing, that black part. The vinyl on them albums, it'd be a clear white plastic, and they have to cook it till it gets black. See what I'm saying? Now, they knew that a CD is a hologram. It might sound, see, it's got an EQ sound, but this shit don't sound right. Something ain't right about it. It ain't like an LP. You can't beat a damn album. An album has grooves on it. You can feel the song on the shit. That means it was an actual pressed recording. The album was played by a diamond needle. And what is a diamond? Crystallized carbon. So the album cooked down was black melanin round disc. Anytime you get a round disc, you really got some shit. The diamond needle was crystallized carbon, and even if you didn't get the diamond, it was made with sapphire, which was a form of a stone, which was carbon. And then you put that melanin, put the scale. That's what music is. It comes from the word muse. And muse is a little mermaid-like thing called meloscenes, mermaids, and muses, and water nymphs. You thinking it's doggone mythology. These are components or little entities inside of your body. Little extraterrestrial civilization inside of the melanin. That's why in the movie, the last Star Wars, it was a horrible one. That old Phantom Menace. But there was one thing he said. He said the Jedi warriors, they have stuff in them called chloromidians. These little small extraterrestrial civilizations. Now, in mythology, it's called meloscenes. That's where the word melanin. Meloscene. It's a little mermaid. The word mermaid. You're thinking these are mythical creatures. This is stuff that was in the components of the body. And the word muse. So the word music was melanated stuff put to scale. Coming out of Kemet. You see, brought up into Europe as classical music by the Moors. You see what I'm saying? So they knew that this melanin and that jazz, blues, and all that shit coming from the voodoo rhythms out of doggone New Orleans, transform America. They knew that going into the damn 1990s, they said, 1990s when they said, they cut it off, or like almost overnight. 1 week they had them, the next week it was all CDs. They knew, because one of the Sufi masters say the new religion ain't going to be no religion, it's going to be a music or a sound. So what they had to do, the first thing they had to do, they had to cut out them damn albums, because that shit will heal that melanin. So all you got to do is go get you a turntable and then go to the store, and because they have made music since like 1989. The shit you hearing now is not music. See, music, especially the rap, that's not music at all. But even the slow music that you have now, or the R&B music, it's hardly no music. It's just like a boom, tick, boom, kink, 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 boom. It's hardly nothing in the shit. Music is based on lows and highs, harmonics. The most balanced music, the white boys just had a lot of highs. You know that old shit. The blacks have produced the music based on the melanin had them high horns in the 70s and that low bass line. The low bass line, the pineal pituitary gland puts out more of a sexual mood of melanin. The high puts up a up. You see what I'm saying? And then we have a balance. So the music they have now, number one, it's not even, it's synthesized, it's not even, it's a low bass line, but it's really nothing. You see what I'm saying? This is just horrible. And if you listen to it, if you don't listen to it for a while and go back and listen to it, it makes your head hurt. The rap and all that shit. You see what I'm saying? So you got to go back and just get all your classics. When I say classics, I'm talking about all the shit from 1989 on back on LP and start playing this shit, and you can start healing yourself. Now, what the CD is this. It shuts down the melanin. Go get the movie They Live. John Carpenter, They Live. And look at the part where the little man is on the TV screen when he's sitting out in the yard. There's a guy on the TV screen. And he says, we have been taken over by an artificial intelligence that resembles sleep. So the reason why people are walking around here like zombies is because they're hearing a low radio frequency wave that resembles sleep. And so this particular sleep just basically shuts you down totally. So the reason why they can't get into nothing and shit because they're zombies. And what it is this here. The CD has two levels. All you gotta know, if you ever did these new DVDs or the old laser disc, you'll find they have 2 and 3 movies up under each other. Well, the CD is made the same way. One way you think you're hearing music, and up there's another thing that puts you to sleep subconsciously. So you are taken over by artificial intelligence that resembles sleep. You see what I'm saying? Now, they usually put it in most of the younger rap music or whatever type stuff, but all of it is holographic music. You see what I'm saying? It's not the LP, because the LP was melanated and it cured your ass. You see what I'm saying? It cured you. You see. So go back and get you some doggone get your turntable. Now I got one of the top technique turntables, and my brother, somebody gave it to him the other week, about 3 years ago, and he gave it to me, and the needle was old in it, but the needle sounded good, and then the needle broke about a month ago, and I went and got the real deal needle from it, and man, I tell you, I got about 3,000 albums. Shoot, man, I said, my girl gone now, so shit. And I go up in there, man, and I start pumping that shit. I said, wait, fuck this. For a whole 2 weeks, I said, I ain't gonna buy nothing but some damn shit to make some sandwiches. I would say, I ain't cooking, and I've been pumping that shit up. You know what I'm saying? I got a house now and stuff. And all. So I'm just saying, you gotta get into some stuff like that and all. Any woman over 40 or 45 needs to, especially if you get in your 50 and 60, and to change your life. If you done had to change your life, you need to increase your sexual energy by having more sex. If you by yourself, you gotta go get a motherfucker 12 to hit it. 18. You gotta pay a motherfucker to hit it. You need to be doing it. If homeboy shit don't rise, go get you an 18-year-old and pay that nigga. But any woman over a certain age should start having More sex, because the change of life is a metaphysical thing, them hot flashes and stuff. It's another spiritual level. And they say, one sister say she ain't never had sex until she turned 50. And she had a nigga 18 to hit it. And she said she was in a whole nother dimension. You see. Now, bro, I mean, we just got the short end of the stick on some shit. You know, that's just the way it is, I guess, you know. You know what I'm saying? The mistress of a woman is far more superior. Bottom line, you ain't messing around with nothing. Mistress of a woman is far more superior. In actuality, let me show you another thing too. Do you know in the ancient world, a promiscuous woman was looked up to? The patriarchal society, as it got older and it became stronger and stronger, and newer races, they started holding down the woman. But in ancient India, ancient Kemet, and going on back into equatorial Africa, thousands of years ago, a woman who had sex with different males was revered. Now, I'm going to show you something here. See how we program. You say, well, how could that be? Let me show you how we program. Now, let's just break this thing down physiological. The man, like the James Bond shit, is revered when he has a whole bunch of women. Oh, they might talk shit, but they like that nigga that's got a whole bunch of women that like him. Because that's the way they train you. But let's look at this thing physiologically. A man, once he shoot his wad, he through dealing. You might well throw that nigga in the trash can. And that might be 2-minute man. Depending on the situation. Short into the stick. But yet he's more revered the more and more he does. You know what I'm saying? But let's look at the woman. The woman can go all night. She can take multiple partners in one damn move. So obviously, when it was the matriarchal thing, that coincides more with what is reality. Reality is a woman can take the shit. And she can have sex more. Every time a man has sex, he got something, after, he might have a couple of thousand climaxes or whatever, but after a while, you can't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? But the woman, and then not only that, see, one aspect is for childbearing age, but another aspect is supposed to go to a whole nother level after when change your life. So when you really think about it. The ancient person that was looking at things on a high level, that was revered because she could handle it more than the male. That's how much they've turned this shit around. You see what I'm saying? That's how much they've turned this stuff around. Now, one of the keys is this here. You want to build up sperm count with the male, so you need to get that yohimbe. But the yohimbe raises the kundalini, and the women can take it too. Because it raises the kundalini energy. The yohimbe. So get you some yohimbe. Yohimbe. You see what I'm saying? Now let me go to another ritual. When you come, you're gonna get. Now this is for the sisters. This is for the sisters. This is the god Erzuli. E-R-Z-L-I-E. E-R-Z-L-I-E. Erzuli. That's the goddess of love. Now wait a minute now. Y'all must have a good relationship, because this is for the sister who ain't got no man to get a man. So y'all, if you ain't got no man, if you got all right, then you can leave. But if you ain't got no man, you should stay, at least get this shit here. Because the way the black man is affecting his woman, like it's going out of style. He is getting away from his woman in mass droves with that white woman. It's not be funny with this mess. I don't know what the black man wants, but one thing is certain. He don't want the black woman. This shit is serious. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is that I'm in different cities, and I see this shit. It's an epidemic. He's defecting. So we're saying right now, you got to curb that motherfucker and put him under a spell to give him an attitude adjustment, because it's a form of insanity. And you got to heal this motherfucking ass. I don't give a damn if you're a bad sister, I'm going to get me 5 of them. But I'd rather see 5 of them licking your feet than to see one of them with a damn white woman. Only thing a white woman can do for me is show me where a goddamn black woman is. Now, let me give you, I'm going to give you 2. Let me give you this one first. Now, if you got a nigga fucking with you, this is male or female, you know how you got a person just messing with you. What you get you a black bottle, maybe a root beer bottle, because you want to take that old paper off the side. Get you a black root beer bottle or a beer bottle, as long as it's black and you get the paper off the sides. Get you a black bottle and get you some coffee, liquid coffee, brewed coffee, no decaf. Black coffee, regular. You get some real strong Colombian, Jamaican, or Kenyan, or whatever. Get you some black, especially that Starbucks shit, real potent. Get you some black coffee and poke in that bottle. Then get you a brown piece of paper bag and tear it off on a strip like this and write that person's name on that brown paper bag and put it on the dresser or put it on a mantle or put it on an altar and take that bottle and set it on top of that brown piece of paper. And that nigga will not mess with you again or nothing like that. Now, my mama put the brown bottle on them down there in South Carolina. She be putting it on them because, see, my mama quit school. My mama was a teacher of the year, a.k.a. teacher of the year for damn near 30 years, 20-something years. Everybody loved my mama. But my mama said, I'm quitting school so I can get the Hemet Gossiping Agency. Telephone, telegraph, or Telglaciria. That's her name. And they said, Miss Hemet, I'm going to tell you something. It's a secret. Don't tell nobody shit. As soon as she hang up the phone, she dialing. She said, shit, it was a secret. What the hell you told me for? Well, you told me so. So every now and then she gets somebody mad because she done put out the news on somebody. So she said she put out the news and some nigga all mad. Miss Hemet, I'm all mad and stuff. So she put the brown bottle on him. See, that nigga was cutting her grass the next day. Then there's another one. I'm going to beat this bitch ass. It's him talking that shit. She put the brown bottle on. She said the woman can't even look at her now. She's scared. You know, so put the brown bottle. There was a black guy, a boy 19. I was up in Milwaukee speaking, and there's a guy 19. And he said that this old cracker on the job was messing with him. And he put the brown bottle on that cracker, and he had a heart attack. Now, let me tell you another thing. My ex-girlfriend, my ex-girlfriend, not the one that just left me. The one before her. You see what I'm saying? The one before her. Now, it's interesting now, because you know what, all my girlfriends end up being my friends. We never break off friendship. The one that just left me called 2 or 3 times a week, and the other one start calling after she heard the other one left me. But anyway, my ex-girlfriend, she made a good observation the other week. She said, why don't you use the brown bottle one for damn bill collectors? I said, damn, I never thought about that. Put the bottle on them. What if they got people hunting you down? Lone people. All kind of people. I said, I never thought about that. This is how the spirit works. Okay? Now, let me give you another one. This one is for love ritual. You're going to get you a pink candle, 7 days. Erzuli, this is to Erzuli. And Erzuli. E-R-Z Zuley. Zulie. Erzule. That's this one with the heart shape, the goddess of love. You're going to get you a pink candle, 7 days. You're going to get you a clear glass bottle, white, clear. And you're going to take some honey and you pour into that bottle. Then you're going to write whatever nigga name, find out his name. You just walk up to him and say, don't I know you? He say, no, I don't know you. Well, what's your name? He tell you the name and you go, oh, no, that ain't it. You go home and write that nigga name down. Or go around the corner. You write it on your hand. Write his name down and write it on a pink piece of paper. Pink piece of paper. I got a pile of pink paper right now, y'all. Yeah, some of y'all might be able to get this. First come, first serve. Ain't that something? But all y'all that got a man now, just save it for the sister suit. So on a pink piece of paper, write it down on a pink piece of paper and take that bottle and put it on top of that pink piece of paper. And you'll get that Negro. Now, this is another rip. Now, that don't work. Here's a potent one. This one from the dad. See, I'm from South. This is from Roots Country. I'm from South Carolina. Dr. Buzzard. I went to college with Dr. Buzzard's grandson. And I come in, I'm up in Harlem. He lives up in Harlem. And I said, damn, man. He pledged Kappa down. He went to Benedict College in South Carolina. And I said, damn, man. He's at all my lectures and stuff. And I'm like, damn, man. He said, I'm all into this stuff. He said, my family was into this. And then one of my other friends went to Benedict with me and said, hey, man, you didn't know that's Dr. Buzzard's great-grandson. I said, damn. But anyway, I'm from Root Country. Now, this one, it works. This one gonna work. But now, if you want to be hard here, what you do is this. This is hey, it's time to get it on. Now, because I'm serious about this shit. See, I'm so spiritual to sometimes. I actually felt how the sisters feel sometimes when they see them niggas with them white women. And then I felt how the sisters feel when they can't get nobody. When you socialize, everything is based on love. That's some bad shit. I say, no, so you really get this. And this one, you get on a person. What you're going to have to do, you're going to have to give up the draws to do it. Or whatever brother is willing to get with you, that you say, I might pretty much like, I'd like to chill with him. But say, hey, just come on and get it. And this is one from South Carolina, and it worked. Now, let me give you the story. I had a friend, I got a cousin named Robert, and man, we was up in New York in 1970, and you should see his wife. His wife was so fine until women would look and say, damn, that's a fine-ass woman. And he had just got married, but he went to look off one time and got this other sister and laid with her, and then he could not touch his wife no more. Couldn't touch her. You see what I'm saying? And he couldn't figure out what it was. Okay, 40 minutes. Okay, good. We're going to go into the question and answer after this. He couldn't figure out what it was. Couldn't figure out what it was. They going to put us out the mall? Oh, okay. Oh, okay, yeah. Okay. Well, shoot, man. Shove another one on up in there. Hey, get your money's worth, man. Shoot. You paying the most money I ever made to do this here, so out 3 o'clock if you want to. Now, he couldn't touch his wife, and so he just was crazy about this woman. He just had to be with this woman and desire this doggone woman, this other woman. And so he done moved out and was up in the woman's house and stuff. He up there cleaning up her house. And he went in a little pantry where they have all the little grits and stuff like that. And he went in and he hit one of the the barrels where they have all the rice in, and this bottle, this jar fell off the doggone shelf and broke. And then when she walked in the door, he didn't desire no more. And she looked at him and she said, "You fuck with my shit." I'm like, "What you talking about?" She said, "You fuck with my shit." And he said, "Oh, now I get it." And basically what you do is whenever you have sex with a brother, you take a dish rag. It's got to be a dish. I don't know why. See, the Africans have all kind of advanced shit they used to do. You take a dish rag and you wipe the cum off with, and then you take it and you tie it in a knot and put it in a damn jar. You got it. A mason jar, you know. The one you put them peaches in. Huh? Brother, you in bad shape if you can't get no woman. Hell, she is. For a brother out here that ain't damn on crack or ain't just crazy. See, now it ain't about no money. It's so bad in New York. They be like, it's in New York, it ain't about no money no more. They be like, we just want a brother who ain't crazy. You see, in New York, it's so bad now. They be like, we just want a motherfucker who just ain't crazy. That's it. He can have a club foot as long as he's all right. He ain't crazy. And as long as Jimmy ain't clubbed, homeboy might be good to go. So that's the least of your problems, man. Come on. Least of your problems. You know what I'm saying? I'm 38 and overweight. And the word got out about a month ago, that I was single. And they coming out the woodwork. But I told them I ain't got nothing but some sex and some buffalo wings, and I'm fresh out of buffalo wings. So goddamn it, you better come bearing some gifts. You better not have your hand out. Because I'm fresh out of buffalo wings because I can't afford no buffalo wings. So, all I got is some love. I don't know how long that'll last, but I'll talk all night. I can afford some Manischewitz, some conversation, and we're good to go. So, yeah. Now, that's what you do. Now, let's see what else. Huh? The menstrual thing, what you do is this here. The menstrual thing is to get what you want. And get what your man wants, so he can benefit off this shit. See, even when he got the period, when you got the period, he can go and benefit off the thing. Because, most men have cycles, too. You know what a nigga get on his cycle. You didn't know that shit, did you? Men have cycles, too. Yeah, damn right. Men have cycles. So, and they might coincide with yours. But anyway, so the man can benefit off this. What you do is you wear all red undergarments. All red. Red underwear, red bra. Under anything you get on while you have your period on. Then you get you a piece of paper and write on red ink. What you want. You're going to get 2 pieces of paper and you're going to write identical on both pieces of paper. Now sign it. No, the ink has to be red. You sign at the top of the paper, Sekhmet. S-E-K-M-E-T. Sekhmet. The goddess whose color is red. Sekhmet. Or Sekhet. S-E-K-E-T. Same thing. meant a second. You sign on the top of each page. You get you a red 7-day candle. You take one piece of the paper that you signed, whatever you wanted, you put it down on the altar or on the mantle, and you take the red candle and you light it, and then the other piece of paper, you take it, or what you wanted, and you burn it with that candle. You burn it with that candle and burn it up with that red ink on both of them. So practice on it, because both of those, you got to say both things on each piece of paper with the red ink. And you wear them undergarments that day. Segment. Yeah. Both papers identical, got to have the same thing. One you got to burn, and one you got to put up under. Now, this is the one for big money. This is the one for big money. Big money. The other one just gets you by. That's interesting, because when a brother down in Trenton, I told him that, and the brother owns the place in Trenton, New Jersey. And I told him, he did this, the one on the 4 corners, the 4 pennies. And he went outside, and damn money was rolling up the street. And he thought it was this woman in this little boy lost it, so he picked up all the money and gave it to the girl. And she said, was that your money you lost? And she said, no. We didn't lose no money. And the money just was rolling up the damn street for him, and he didn't pick up on it and gave it to the girl. You see, now, this one is for big money. Big money. Now, this one comes from Haiti. Here it is again. It's Erzuli. 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 That's Isis in Kemet, Oshun in Yoruba land in Nigeria. Erzuli. Now, this is for big money. How I was able to get this one was, somebody will go over to Haiti and go get this ritual. They'll come back up to Philadelphia, New York. This was Philadelphia. And they'll have a ritual party. They invite everybody to come to the party. Charge $100 to get in. And they would have all this food and stuff. And after the end of the party, they give out this major ritual that they had to go to Haiti to get. You see what I'm saying? So the day that the girl went to the party and paid the $100, she called me on the phone and gave it to me for free. That's the benefit of being a lecturer. So I give it to you for free. Now, this one, you need 2 pieces of parchment paper. Two pink 7-day candles. All right? No, I'm sorry. 1 pink 7-day candle. 2 pieces of parchment paper. That's the sheepskin paper. You can get it at any office, places where they have they do stationery and stuff. Parchment paper. Staples sell it. 2 pieces of parchment paper. 1 pink candle.
I ain't got time.
7 days. 1 white plate. Don't fuck around with no China, no paper shit. A white porcelain, a white plate. No plastic. Make sure it's a plate. All white. A white plate, all white. A white paper bag, not a plastic bag, a white paper bag. And a piece of string. You're gonna write on the top of each of the paper, Erzuli on the top of each page. Then you're gonna write identically what you want financially on those 2 papers, identical. You're going to take one of the pages, you're going to write what you want on both pieces of paper. Practice on it. Right? What you want on both pieces of paper identical. You don't have to be red, it's just black ink. And Urzuli at the top. You're going to take one of the pages and you're going to put on the white plate and you're going to pour honey on top of it. On the paper. On a table. On a table with the candle, the piece of parchment paper with the honey on top of the plate. Then you're going to take the other piece, put it in the white piece of paper bag. Take the other piece of parchment paper, put it in a white paper bag, and twist the paper bag at the top that it looks like a balloon and tie a string around it. Like this, so it hangs down like a balloon with the string. Then you're going to take a thumbtack and you're going to stick it up under the table, directly under the plate, and you're going to tack it up under the plate, so it hangs down on the table like a balloon hanging down off of a string, directly under the plate on top of the table. Up under the table, you're going to take a stump tack and you're going to put it up under the table with the bag hanging down, tied at the top of the bag, with the paper inside the bag. Huh? Yes, it's up under the table. The one up under the table, the candle going to be sitting up on the table with the plate. You're going to take another with the bag and stick it up under the plate, under the table. You get it? If you don't, tell your damn friends next to you something who get it. Now, and you know, I can't go on all night like this. It's real simple. Huh? By the tape. And you put it up under the table and let it hang down, and that'll get you big money, and you let that candle burn. That'll get you big money. Now, these things work better if you believe in them. Don't just believe in some stuff and just do it just in case. So that's what it is, because a lot of this stuff is off of your own energy. So you have to believe in it. Let the candle burn. Yeah. The candle is on the table beside the plate. Beside the plate. Yeah. So let's go into a question and answer right quick. What's that, brother? Okay, this is the ark. It's a combination of the ark, combination of the wings. The wings represent illumination. That's why you see the wings on Jesus sometimes. It represents illumination. It's got a little scarab beetle on the end. The scarab beetle hangs around shit, feces, and then it grows wings, so it represents illumination. In order for you to rise up, you have to have a spiritual rot and putrefaction. Very key on this here, too. Black people have a brain atrophy right now. Our brains don't work right. Because our brains don't work right because we function in a society that's not conducive to our own thought. And we even have to question whether we came out of slavery with thought. I don't even believe half the shit is thought. I don't think we think at all half the time. We have a heightened emotion, a response, and a reaction that we've been calling thought. He really did a job on us. We have hindsight, but we don't have foresight. That's why we're reactionary people. The brain has an atrophy, but this is what happens with us. Nature has a way of correcting things. If you go blind, your sight becomes better. Your hearing becomes better. If you go deaf, your sight becomes better. You know what I'm saying? We don't think on a proper form, and so as a result, what's happening is this matrix brain is shutting down. As a result, the pineal brain is going to become active because it doesn't have the busyness of the matrix brain, the illusionary brain, to keep it dormant. So in so many words, we're so old until we have a racial senility. And we can't even function on this plane. That's why nothing don't work for us. As a result, a new creature is being born to replace the old one. a part of this whole thing. So that's what this, the beetle represents that the rebirth, and it hangs around in dung. This is the same baphomet that you saw before.